And I just wanted to give a really quick overview on the hat boxes because that's what I'm doing this year. So here's the lid. That's the base. And then the bling supports that I did back in July. And so I wanted to go over that again real quick tonight because I'm doing them and I thought maybe, maybe you guys can benefit from another tutorial on that. My apologies. I bought one of those expensive phone cases. That's the ring magnetic charger and it comes with a little flip stand. And I'm not able to get it like just right to where, to where I can get it to stay up. So bear with me just for a few. Back a bit, back a bit, back a bit. All right. Okay. I think we got it. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. I've got my coffee and we are going to be, I'm going to go over the hat boxes again because it's tricky, but if you do if you do your prep work ahead of time, it really helps out a lot, because I took the past 2 days to do the Ferrero Rocher single bouquet with the tulle ribbon, like with the tulle ribbon scrunched up on it on a balloon stick. And I just love how those came out. They're gorgeous. So it is crunch time. I'm trying to catch my breath and keep my breath at the same time. So here we go. All right, I got my hot glue stick ready. I got my thermal gloves. On the other tutorial I did on this, on the hat boxes, like the first and only one so far that I've done, I accidentally glued the sticks upside down on that. So, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. So, okay, so I'm gonna find the seams. I found one of them. Let's see, where did it go? Right here. And then up directly across from it should be the other one. And it is. So I know that that's the same. These are directional. So I need to keep that in mind as well. Make sure I get these glued the same way. And let's get to it. Let's just get in it. We're in it to win it is what we're doing here. I've gotten so many compliments on these, you guys. This has really been well worth the value on this. Doggone it. My apologies. Hang on, I'm going to bring you guys up. Just when I put the thing in, I knocked you over. I'm really sorry for that. Okay, so I'm going to hold this for a few. And because I have my gloves, I can put pressure on it. So I know that that's going to stick and stay on this. I've got 22 people on the live. Let's see here. Let's see. And so the other thing is, okay, let's see. Yeah, there's like no, I have no patience for trolls here. Let me just get rid of the trolls, you guys. It'll be just a few. Hello, everyone. How are you? Okay, let's see. Gina. Hey, Gina. Gina says, hello, Hope. And let's see. The babies are doing good, Hope. They're resting right now. They've had, so I've been giving them hand treats also. And if I give them too many hand treats, I learned, that they, and then turn around and give them some of their canned salmon. They don't eat all the salmon because they're full. So I've been alternating on giving them a little bit of salmon from a can and then also giving them treats by hand. And they really love that. They really warm up to, getting treats. And what's really cool is I got to the point to where they're now eating out of my hand. So they'll take the treats out of my hand. Both Humphrey and Zeben love catnip. They love, love, love catnip. So if I have a good like little pinch of catnip and I'm giving that to them, they really gobble that stuff down. So Quincy isn't too fond of it, and that's okay. I thought like all cats like catnip, and that's not the case. He doesn't go crazy over it. Okay, so this is what I need to be careful of because um, one is facing one way and one's facing the other. So I'm going to go ahead, turn this around, make sure we're on the right and we're not. Okay, so this it needs to go to the base, and this needs to go right side up like so. Okay, now I got these ready to be gluing, and let's see, trying to be mindful of this chat thing. And let's see, I need to get to you guys for a second here. All right. I can't, just so you guys know, I can't, I cannot, okay, here we go. All right. So typical kids, yeah, they are. They're darling. They're little rascals. They keep me entertained. They're all sleeping on the bed with me right now, and they cuddle up with each other, so they're all getting along extremely well. They're my little joy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. And the reason why I do this way is because these lids are heavy. If it takes a few for the glue to set, and if I were to put these in the base first and then do the lid, it doesn't, it shifts a lot, and it's not a good idea to do it that way. For me anyways, it ain't. Okay, I just want to look around. I'm coming around and double checking just to make sure that I'm going to be putting this in a good position. Okay, so I got this right here, that right there. I'm going to grab my hot glue gun and get ready for this. Whew. Is everybody ready for Valentine's Day? You guys bagging and bowing yet? You guys still working on concepts? I know I am. I put a lot of single Ferrero Rocher bouquets together yesterday. I just love how those turned out. You can do a lot of, oh, sorry guys, you guys can do a lot of work with that stuff and really fancy things up. Okay, so you can see, all right, so we got the supports in, and I'm just going to let these sit for just a few seconds because I really want this glue. I want this glue to really get a good bonding on these. So, all right, while I'm doing that, I'm going to see what we have going on in here. All right. My chat. Okay. Do you guys have any questions while I'm, letting this set for just a few? All right. I was doing some math the other night because I got candy to do candy bouquets with flowers. Oh my God. So I got the snack pack of the Mr. Good bars and like the Reese's. I paid $3 for each pack of 12. You get 12 pieces in a pack from Walmart for $3. It's 35 cents a piece. I could not believe how expensive that is. 35 cents a piece. And then the Ferrero Rocher, I got a big pack of 42. Those are 50 cents each also. I got a big 2 pounds of Hershey's with toffee and almonds to make the gold bars. Those also are 35 cents a piece. So I gotta be strategic about how I'm gonna put candy with these flowers, because I don't want to, put $15 in chocolate, you know, and charge 20 for the bouquet, and then that way you're only making 5. You know, and with my markups, if I were to do $15 just in chocolate and did it times 4, it'd be a $60 candy bouquet when I only want to make that a $15 bouquet. So I'm going to have to be strategic in how I do this, because there's things we can do, you know, like the candy dishes that I blinged out. You know, that bling wrap was only 2 cents a foot. You know, so that with the candy dishes right here, 2 cents a foot. Okay, let's see here. This is probably 1 cent. 1 penny worth of bling wrap that I used right here on these. You know, because this is about 6 inches in diameter, 6 or 7 inches in diameter. So this is only 1 cent to bling wrap that. You know, so not bad, you know, for this. And, you know, put, you know, some spa stuff. You could put some, you know, I do like either one Ferrero Rocher, or I would do, you know, one Gold Bar. And you'll see what I mean when we get to those. I got that idea from Designing with Nessa. She did such a beautiful job on those gold bars. I was dying to try that and the concepts, and so this year I get to do that. So this is 1 cent in bling wrap. Okay. Then the cost of the candy dish. And so this makes it really stand out, and it's very inexpensive, right? And that's where we like to be with that. So I'm going to now, now that I think that these are solid enough, I'm going to be flipping the base. We're going to be aligning it with the seams, and then I'm going to be hot gluing it and securing the lid to the base. Yeah, I guess some people would call this carouseling. And I just love this part of this concept. So I'm going to put my thermal gloves on. You know, it's like one of those split seconds that you think, you know, I don't need the gloves. I'm just going to tack something with my hot glue, and that's when you get burnt. I did that earlier today. Oh my goodness. I feel like Helen Keller when they rearranged the furniture. Oh my God, did that hurt? Oh my good God, that made that hurt. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, you can't really necessarily make the blind see. Well, that's the case with me. I learn hard. There's just no other way for me to learn other than hard. Okay. So now that I found one seam, I got it right here in my sights. And I know where the other seam is. Okay. All right. Put this back on the heat thing. Now I'm going to flip it upside down and put it in the base. Okay. And I'm going to try and bring this up a bit further, a bit closer here. Let me try and position you guys better. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay. And I'm just going to keep pressing this on. All right. And you guys remember what I was saying is, you know, once it gets wobbly, you know, you don't, you know, after you do your supports in and it's doing some wobbly stuff, do not worry about that. Once you fill it with a bear and your stuff, what that's going to do is that's going to push outwards on the supports, and it's going to reinforce them. It reinforces them. So do not worry if your hat box is wobbly. Once we put the bear in this, and once you start putting your stuff in it, you know, you put your tissue paper in, if you put your you know, all that kind of stuff, what happens is it pushes outwards on these, right, like this, and it helps it to reinforce it. Okay, this came out wonderfully, and this came out wonderfully also. All right. Get it more over towards the seam. So I wanted to get into making the yogurt pretzels or the almond bark pretzels, and I made a batch last night. Oh my God, am I in love with those. For years, I've been wanting to have a good recipe to do the almond bark, and I came across someone, and she put the ingredients down, and it was simple, it was straightforward, and so I did that last night, and it came out so good. I love, love, love the almond bark pretzels. And, you know, I'm supposed to be on a diet right now. It's one of those things, like, I feel like I'm losing weight, but when I got on the scale, it, like, said I lost, like a quarter of a pound. I was a little mad at that. So, but I am staying with it. I'm staying with it. It's a good diet. I tried it a couple of years ago, and I lost weight really well with that one, better than on Weight Watchers. So, so I feel like I've lost more than what the scale says. And, you know, sometimes you lose more in inches than you do in fat. There is a percentage of people that do that, and I think I'm one of them. I swear by it. So we'll see. All right. So I'm just trying to look here, you know, trying to maybe get some of this excess off of the glue. You know, get the spiders off. Okay, and that's it. Now we have a hat box, right? Okay. So I do have a bear that I'm going to go and grab. And I'm going to get the spa pack out. So just give me a few seconds. And then I had a question for you guys. I have some sunglasses that I was talking about on a previous, you know, live from a couple days ago. Oh yeah, that's not set yet. Okay, let me try and get this. I really want this. It just takes a few for this to set. So I was going to ask if you guys liked the bear with these sunglasses that I'm going to be putting on him. I was going to ask if you like them better with them or without them. So give me just a few. All right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... All right, that's not... I need to come back and seam it a little bit better. Let's see here. Well, hello, Lisa. How are you tonight, sweetheart? I'm just doing just a little bit. So on the last tutorial I did on the hot boxes, do you remember when I glued the sticks upside down? I said, you know, I was telling everybody one thing I got to pay attention for because these are directional. I accidentally glued them upside down in the lid. So I wanted to do another tutorial tonight to make it a smooth process, if you will. So, all right, I'm getting my gloves back on. You know, this is very simple. It's a way to do this, you know, and having a smoother process with it. I'll put it that way. Whew, I'm just going to take some deep breaths. Take some deep breaths. Slow down. Calm down. And I saw an edge over here. Or not. Is it that one or that one? All right, I'm just gonna hit this with some glue real quick, you guys, because I'm not very comfortable with. There we go. You know, the implosion and the shrink bags are so strong. I don't, I do not want it pulling these off the sides or anything because it's part of the infrastructure. I want to make sure that I do a good job with this. All right, now shove. There we go. Here. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this for a few and then I'm going to go ahead and come up on in here and look around. See what's going on in chat. Is anybody my chat is stuck. Crap. I hate that. Do. All right. So oh wow. All right. I'm really going to need to goop this. So yeah, we want to make sure, I'd say to give it a good few before we start moving it around like I did. Really want to make sure that I get that really good in there, because oh, I just did it. I just got bit. Oof. Hurt myself again. I told you guys, I guess, we're not really a learner until we've learned. That 1 second, that's all it takes. And boy, I just got burned bad. All right, I'm going to turn this way. There we go. And I'm going to sorry guys. Whoops. I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to try and get this back up on the upright. Okay, there we go. So you guys can see what I'm doing. So, all right. There we go. Okay. I'm just pushing on the inside of this because this is round and, the supports are flat. I just want to make sure that I'm getting a good bonding sticking to the side of it. Because when I go to shrink wrap these, one of the things that helps with the shrink wrapping without bending the sticks of the carousel is the stiffer your stick is, it goes around it and it doesn't have to bend it per se, if you get what I mean. It doesn't, and the bling wrap helps with that straightness too, so it doesn't pull or twist or bend on it. All right, so come over here. All right. All right. So now what I'm going to do, okay. All right, so that to me looks good. Now I'm going to do, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it up on here. Okay. Yeah, it looks good enough for me too. That's going to hold, it's going to stick, it's going to stay, it's going to do, everything that I need that to do. All right, I'm going to take my gloves off for a second, and I'm going to put the bear in it. What I like about doing this is I don't have to go through you know, the process of, you know, I have to go through the process of, um, you know, rolling paper and stuffing it and everything else. Next, what I do is you know, I'll tag his feet. And then I also have, you know, the lollipops and that we did back in July. I got those. So I set one of those in. And then I put one of the heel perfumes in. Um, and then a decorative like straw. So here this is right here. Okay. I tagged this also into his arm. So there we go. Okay. Boy, this isn't, come on. All right. I'm gonna say this isn't working out. Okay, I thought I had put the glasses in here. Oh, I need to get better prepared. Okay. I mean, it could be. So here's the straws. I got a bunch of those. These were great because they came in a 4-pack from Dollar Tree. So it's like, you know, 4 to a pack. I believe I paid $1.25 for them. All right, let's go. Okay. Gosh, I'm just shocked I can't find. I just freaking had those glasses too. I hate it when I can't find stuff. All right. Well, I mean, that just might have answered a little question. If I don't have it, well, I can't use it. So I don't have them. I can't find them. Let's see. I could have swore I put them in this. All right. Okay, if I find the glasses or when I find the glasses, we can have that discussion then. So, all right, so basically it's like that, and then I put, you know, I did a bunch of these ahead of time. The treat pack, so it's got the body wash, the Love Struck body lotion. We got 2 bath bombs. And then I put 2 roses in up over here. I love how these came out. And then I put the sponge up on top, taped it on up there. And, you know, now I'm going to place it right in his lap. Just like so, you know, and arrange and, you know, just kind of work with him to kind of get it set in a presentable fashion. All right. Oh, we can go like this. There we go. Okay. And then next, there's the little straw thingy. Because like I've been having an issue like with things shifting when I go to vacuum seal. So you know, I just try and tape things on. So I'll be taping this on with the treat pack. Let me go ahead and do that right now. How was everybody's weekend? Did anybody do anything fun or interesting? Anything worth noting? I've just really been at it for Valentine's Day because it's, you know, payday is Friday, Valentine's Day is on Saturday. So this is going to be, you know, a big deal for us. All right, and see how that's coming along? I think it looks very cute. It's very different. It's very unique. I think there's a lot of things in here that I did that's going to elevate that value. So the treat pack is one of those things people like seeing that in there. The lollipop was noticeable. Um, you know, they really liked everything that they're looking for, all nice and packaged up right here like so. You know, they didn't have to, you know, everything they're looking for is going to be in this basket. And it's going to be in this treat pack. They just really love that was ready. Okay, so then I did these yesterday. I made up a bunch of these. It's the Ferrero Rocher single bouquet. You know, and then I just kind of play about where I'm going to put that in here. You know, and I kind of like that. So, you know, now I'm just going to kind of fluff this out. And one of the things that I keep in mind when I go to, because, you know, I'm going to be shrink wrapping this. So, you know, I really want to keep this up in here and not so much into the edge to where when I go to shrink wrap it, it smashes it. You know, I don't like that when that does that. All right, where's the loop? All right, let's see. Okay, there we go. Got it, just for that. All right, so I'm just gonna be putting it something like, you know, I can also put, you know, something like right here. But I really like how I've been doing it is just kind of standing it up and poke, like letting it like kind of reach out and upwards and out, and it gives it a really nice effect to that. And so it's kind of like something like that, you know, without hiding the lollipop kind of a thing. Okay, so, you know, I'm just going to have to just keep playing with this. I'm going to tag the lollipop here. We have to tag it in his arms. And then this I'm going to be, here we go. There, something like, there we go. Now I gotta just fan this out. Okay. Okay, and so if you can see this, I'm gonna bring it up a bit closer. And then you can just start putting things in his lap, and you know, you can do anything with this. It is just so versatile, and it's fun because basically, guess what? This is now done. You know, now I'm going to go ahead and put the shrink wrap bag with it, and I'm going to be putting a temporary zip tie or Chanel stick, you know, wrap it loose. I'm not going to shrink it right now. I'll shrink them when we get closer, when we're getting closer to Valentine's Day. But I just love how this turned out. This is fun. I think that this is like, I think this will do well. So, all right. So I just wanted to jump on real quick. And then, you know, of course I got to put our perfume in. You know, I take this out of the box, and then I set the heel up on top, and I actually hot glue just a little bit on her toe and on her heel to get it to stick and stay. So, I do that, and then I also pile that in here too. Okay, do we have any questions tonight? There's no questions? Okay, well, what I'm going to do for now is I am going to sign off. Thank you guys for coming on and coming along in this little journey with me. I really appreciate it. All right, I got a lot of work I got to do, so I'm going to get busy with it. This is Shannon. Have a great evening. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.